You already know what time it is. FTD Fuad Kadani to my right. CultureCams to my left. And you already know what time it is. We're here for prime entertainment, prime banter, prime analysis, prime breakdowns. You know, the best footballing show in and of your world. With that being said, as is tradition around here, you know what we do. But before we even go into that, like, share, subscribe, notifications on. A few of you may notice that the YouTube stuff it's a bit funny at the moment. So if you don't have your notifications on, it will only show the stuff you watched recently. So please, notifications on. Make sure you're ready to lock in every single weekend. Times may change, so don't just wake up and try and watch. Notifications on. Before
they're extending the intro. You seeing this?
Before we go to the show, we have to pay respect and say a massive RIP to Christian Atsu. And prayers to everyone that's affected by the stuff that's going on in Turkey and Syria, because it is very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, 100%.
Prayers and thoughts, man.
Prayers and thoughts to everyone affected, families, etc. as well. But
support where you can as well, man.
100%.
You know what I mean?
That's
we
a
always
good
talk
shout.
about supporting Ukraine and all of this, and let's support where we can as well now. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's true.
No, I'm being serious. Listen, we
I
do
hear
uphold whole campaigns if we don't. You know what I mean?
It's a humanitarian
We're going
crisis,
to do a
isn't it?
stream on Wednesday as well.
Yeah.
Sports to kind of help raise some funds for that as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you might not hear it across normal media, but we'll be sure to try and bring you some.
That's a really good flag, lovely flag. Without further ado, as you do here, wherever you are in the world, football's game, played by two teams, and you try and win. And if you win, you usually get 3 points, if it's not a cup game, of course. So if you manage to do that and you grab 3 points, whoever you are, hold tight the 3 point collectors.
Hey. It's an incredible feed. It's incredible. Been a couple of weeks since you've been able to say that, no?
Yeah, but you ain't clapped in a long time, bro. You know what I'm
Clap
You
it.
remember we used to get that?
saying?
As well.
Man said the bride, man.
Excitement.
Man said, you know, like the Hendo shop, man. No 3 points around here. Hold
Hey.
tight the participants as well. And then, set teams are not even participate at the moment, man. Just set teams.
Bruv.
Set teams.
Harry Potter. Bro. There is no other.
bro.
I know usually we always say we're going to start with the game that's just finished. Spurs
Nah,
West
there's
Ham.
none of that.
Hey!
Listen, 2-0. THFC show, me and Tobes tomorrow. Make sure you tune into my YouTube channel. We'll cover it all there. Harry Potter.
Harried.
Yeah, he ain't even getting harried. Harold. Yeah? Smelly pot. Stink pot. Piss pot. I don't know what you want to call this, but we must discuss today. Chelsea. That's where we are starting the show today. There is
100%.
no hiding place, no running.
Yeah.
100%.
1-0 Southampton. At home.
At home, bro.
Bottom of
the table. No manager. No manager.
This is the first time I think I saw stats Southampton have done the
Back to
double.
back 1986.
Lord have mercy. I don't know if anyone in the studio here was alive in 86.
You were.
No, not even me. Not even me. I'm old as fuck.
86.
86, bro.
It's peak. Please,
It's beyond
please.
peak. It's beyond peak.
You've in the last, since Potter's taken over, I feel like it's been tough for you because you don't know kind of whether to support this guy, whether it's new. Shall I have patience? You preached one time, I remember as well. But then you also said, there's some expectation. Right now, after seeing that result, after seeing the last couple of weeks, Mayowa Quadri, where do you stand on Harold Potter? I
That's
need
first
to
and
know.
foremost. That's the first thing on the checklist.
Yes.
Where does Mawa stand on Graham Potter?
I'm not liking what I'm seeing, man.
Can you please raise your voice? Raise your voice. Raise your voice. Come on, raise your voice. Raise your voice. Come on. Raise your voice.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing, man. I think it's 2 wins in 17. That's not even relegation form. That is like, that's hell. That is legit hell. And I'll tell you what pissed me off the most yesterday. In his press conference, he said, "Yeah, Southampton are organised side." Do you know what the caretaker manager of Southampton said before the game? He said, "We've not had time to go over tactics."
Bro, you got interim freestyling on your heads.
Bro,
Yo.
we haven't had time to go over tactics, but my manager is here saying they're organised side. How are they organised with no manager and no tactics? I said,
and let's not forget, they're 20th.
They're bottom
They're
of the league.
20th.
They have a young squad. I saw Theo Walcott come on and run the channels. I said, nah, this is hell. This is hell. The fans booed at half-time and full-time. And this is the first time I've been to a game in a while. And I wasn't doing box stuff. I was sat primes.
The most amazing.
No. This was
banning him, bro.
This was gang maze. I wore black Air Forces, bro. I was like, this is militant. I said, nah, we must leave with 3 points, fam.
You seen the Desi videos between white Air Force energy and black?
Yeah.
Man, try to put on black Air Force energy. No.
I'm watching the game, yeah. That free kick goes in just before half time, yeah. I go out and I thought to myself, I said, when was the last time you scored more than one goal? I said, we're fucked.
Can you speak louder?
I said, when was the last time you scored more than one goal? I said, we're fucked.
AC Milan?
Yeah, I said, we're fucked. We're not winning this game.
That's what, November?
That was the last time you scored more than one goal in the game?
So.
No, it can't,
that was the first month of Potter.
That can't be.
Let me verify now. Let me verify now. Chelsea.
I can't remember the last time we scored 2 goals.
But see, this is the thing, though. There was a problem about Potter and his team scoring goals at Brighton. And then now it's passing over to Chelsea.
Do you want to know who's got the most assists for Chelsea this season in the Premier League?
Who's that?
Mark Cucurella.
Bournemouth, 27th of December.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, 27th of December.
How many goals did he score in that game?
2. And then before that,
it will probably be Milan.
It was Zagreb. November the 2nd.
November. So once in November, once in December.
Once in December.
So from December to nearly the end of February.
But where do you stand on Graham Potter?
I'm scared for him, man. I'll be honest. I'm so scared because you can't lose. I tweeted yesterday, you can't lose to a bottom of the table side. People say, but Arsenal lost to Everton. That's very different. That's Sean Dyche. That's retribution. You can't lose to a team that's bottom of the table, piss poor. That was their first win in 28 games. Something stupid like that. Something mad. You can't lose a game like that. The team, there's no identity. The identity is, okay, we're never going to play long. We're going to keep passing.
Yeah. And
then now you're going into a situation where you're getting booed at halftime. You're getting booed at full time. You're going to play Spurs. But you know, after that game goes left, it could be all over. Because my whole thing is, the board are probably saying next season, but that doesn't mean that this season's over. I've been tweeting this. Our season starts this week,
bro,
for 6 weeks,
bro.
And at no point did we kickstart. At no point did they give me any sort of faith. And I break it down like this. I think to myself, again, I can't speak on anyone, but I think to myself, would this happen underneath a Ten Hag? Would it happen underneath a Pep? Would it happen underneath an Arteta? And I don't think so, because I feel like their personalities and their sort of reassurance of who they are on the job and their sort of ability to go, nah, this ain't happening, something will turn eventually. I am actually scared that this will not turn. And like, you can't finish the season like this and then go into next year and then expect, oh, we're ready.
Yeah.
This is
then at what
bad.
point do you wait for then? Because for me, that's the thing I'm looking at now. I'll be honest with you. If I'm a Chelsea fan, Potter out. There isn't, like, at this point now, are you waiting to get dumped out of the Champions League? Because the teams you lot were saying, like Liverpool are right next to you, they've just beaten Newcastle. 6 points off top 4. We'll talk about them later as well. But they can get back into the top 4 race. Like, where you guys over the last... no.
How many teams have slipped up?
This is just a pre-season, you know. We spent our 600 million.
How many teams have slipped up in the last 2 to 3 weeks?
Crazy. The amount of teams.
Plenty amount of teams. What have we done in that team?
So my thing is, at what point are Chelsea fans waiting for to be completely?
But the thing is, a lot of Chelsea fans are basically Potter out now. That's the thing. But that's Chelsea fans on the internet. You know what I mean? That's Chelsea fans. I need to know what is he in or is he out? Because we don't need to talk about people online. The stadium have booed. They're making their point clear. But I need to know, M-Quads, are you Potter in or are you Potter out?
Because the last time we asked as well, you said, give it patience, give it time. This is the first time as Chelsea fans we actually have to ride the patience boat because we got rid of Tuchel for this guy. We've hedged all our bets on him. Let's just see. And you was kind of one of his big fans at Brighton. Let's be honest as well. So
No, because remember when we were talking about XG hype. So don't try. Yeah, see what you're trying to do there. Remember we were doing
okay.
It was a fan though. It was a fan.
No, man said one of his biggest fans.
Maybe I oversold that a little bit.
Man
But
put bare salt in that.
where do you stand? Are you down to see where this goes? And let's trust it.
Alright, I'll put it like this.
No
I'm
fence.
not.
No fence.
No. There's no fence. There's no fence.
The fence has been removed.
No.
The fence is it's a white line.
No,
Left
yeah.
or right?
Yeah.
What are you skating on? Where are you?
I'm not put it out.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll explain.
All right.
My previous stance was he's here on a whatever year contract. It's a long-term thing. Do you know what my stance is now? My brother, that long-term thing, it's not there anymore. You have the rest of the season.
So you are those same Chelsea fans who was talking about when we say this is going to be the biggest patience job you need.
Never. This is Chelsea.
There we go.
I want my Chelsea back. Roman, where's the helicopter?
I'm glad we're seeing the true colours.
You see, with what I'm seeing now, I can't give you the benefit of the 5-year thing because what you're showing in year one, brother.
So what are you giving him then?
Listen,
End of the season?
Champions
League?
I have to see between now and the end of the season. You must show something. You can't keep going at this because think about this. Yeah, this is I think it's the second to lowest win percentage of any Chelsea manager ever. For perspective, he's doing worse than AVB. For
That
perspective,
is insane.
For perspective, having spent more money than probably most Chelsea managers ever.
Jose Mourinho, who's been there 2 spells.
Exactly. So the situation we're in now is we're saying that okay, you're supposed to have a 5-year future. It takes time to bed in players and whatnot. Okay, cool, but you should not be losing to Southampton. You should not be coming out and saying that they're organised side. My whole thing is I don't think Chelsea gain anything from sacking the manager now. The only thing I think happens between now and the end of the season is if it continues to get worse, the players probably won't play for him. And then he goes, you bring in someone else, you can plan for the summer. But it's that I won't say Potter out right now. For me, maybe it's I'm holding on to this glimmer of faith in this new Chelsea. Something happen. But I kid you not, that faith is like a mustard seed, and I don't know how much water is going to need to grow into something. Because boy, you see what I'm seeing? 2 wins in 17. Do you know what that is? Do you know what 2 wins in 17 is?
But the thing is, you're on the way out.
That's like San Marino, bro.
But the thing is, you're on the way out of the Champions League at the moment. Dortmund.
Yeah.
I remember when Di Matteo came in, Chelsea were on their way out against Napoli, and they ended up flipping it. They went on to win the Champions League. You're on your way out of Dortmund. Dortmund are on the way to knocking you guys out right now. You're 10th in the Premier League, 10 points off top 4. A lot of teams to try and knock down to get to the top 4.
Yeah.
I don't see what you're saying in terms of you're saying, oh, okay, you want to give him now to end the season. They're not. Nothing's changing here. Do you know what are you expecting? Like a run of 6-7 wins in a row.
Bro.
Can you actually see that coming? Can you see yourself turning around the Dortmund tie and going on to win? You're not beating Southampton at home, let alone Dortmund at home.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even say Stamford Bridge anymore. Stamford Bridge ain't no fortune. Man are running up in there, bro.
For the last 6 weeks, I've been saying our season starts now because this glimmer of faith. You saw my tweet after. I said, listen, our season is done.
So if it's done, why is he still here? That's
because
my thing.
my whole thing is if it's done, okay, and there's no, and I'm thinking like, what are the board thinking? If the board are genuinely thinking, 'cause I'm not hearing anything from the board. I was seeing Todd Bowley in Twitter rooms looking at transfers. I'm not hearing anything right now. I'm hearing journalists say, I'm hearing that he has the faith. Why is Todd Bowley not saying anything now? You would in the room.
Respect
my whole thing
highly if Todd Bowley just came out and said, I got this one wrong.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to cut the reins short. I got this one wrong. I jumped on the hype. I came to England. I read some articles and it said Potter was the guy.
Article?
The Athletic and Tifo football gassed me up. You can say you're wrong.
But you see on that, I would respect that too because I think that's what happened with the Koulibaly signing and everything where it's like, I got this wrong. Let me spend the same amount on someone else. But the board have come out and done that. I've heard radio silence and just articles of things. So in my head, it's like, are they genuinely waiting for next season? If they are, okay, cool. So what you're saying about and keep it on the super chat because what you're saying is 100% true about the Di Matteo, but you have to remember that was a different time. There was, as what Mikel said, those were proper men in there. This is a squad of a bunch of youngsters that have come in and not been thrown together, but it's just that it's not the same caliber of team that they can literally tell the manager, listen, just let us do our thing and we will make you look good. It's completely different.
Okay, how do you feel about Graham Potter's press conferences?
They don't
because
move
that's
me.
a lot of things that people are talking about. And look, They tried to cook me, but there's always got to be a fall guy, right? I said his personality doesn't suit a Chelsea manager. Everyone said, oh, it doesn't matter about that. Just don't focus on what happened on the pitch. Okay, what I'm seeing is 2 wins in 17. So something's not going on right there either.
I'll tell you
How do you feel about his press conference? Because now everybody is jumping on the situation where, as you just mentioned, what he said after Southampton, as you just mentioned, he's talking about Chelsea. He's been assured time as well. How do you feel about that? Because I don't see how you can disregard how important personality is to being a manager, especially at a top club.
Yeah.
So when you watch Graham Potter's press conferences after the game, post-game, what does that do for you?
You know the Charlemagne, that ain't it, y'all.
Yeah.
That ain't it, y'all. Because a while ago in Stoppage, we spoke about a manager's team as a reflection of their identity and their personality. And it's like, you look at Arteta, people will be like, oh, he's just doing nonsense on the touchline. But that's firing up his team. You look at Pep recently with all of the stuff coming up. That's a reflection of his team. You look at how Ten Hag is, warrior, whatever. I'm not saying that you have to be this shout and everything, but there's a certain demeanour and still and presence. Presence is the word. There's certain presence you have to have as a top manager. Because at the end of the day, if you're timid or something like that, people are thinking, like you said, I can walk to your house and beat you up. Or your players are like, hold on, this guy doesn't, he's a bit thing, I can run amok here. And you see a lot with sort of the smaller teams where you get those big players, that's a talented player, and then he has all the power. You don't really see that at a big team. Like, you've got to have the ability to be like, no, this is what we're doing, or this is where we stand.
But
I mentioned it early on when we was doing Stoppage when he came, and I said, when he got angry at Brighton fans saying that, whoa, you guys, be careful, we're not here before. You can do that with Brighton fans because at the end of the day, Brighton are that sort of caliber of team. This is a different kettle of fish. The issue I have with him at the moment is media always create narratives and stories, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to know that the narrative and feel they've created around Graham Potter? He is this fortunate person in this job. And it's like, oh, Graham got the Chelsea.
Exactly. But the thing is, for me, sorry, but I feel like, listen, press conferences to me, post-game conferences, post-game conversations, we're going to talk about you guys tactically as well, but post-game conversations, that's your opportunity to speak to the fans. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what he's going to say in the dressing room. That's your opportunity to speak to the fans.
And get a message.
And the fans, only thing we can ever judge, we don't talk about what happens in training. Why? Because we don't see what happens in training. We talk about what we see on the pitch, and we still talk about what the manager says or what the players say. That's your opportunity to talk to fans. And the way he talks is uninspiring. So anyone that wants to get behind, Graham Potter, it's hard for them because when they are watching it, they're watching rubbish on the pitch, and then they're watching a rubbish press conference or a post-game chat, which is uninspiring, a lot of stuttering, a lot of... it's not looking good. Ten Hag today, Man United had a poor first half. And we were 1-0 up. They asked him about the first half. He said, rubbish. They asked him to elaborate. He said, I don't even have enough time to talk about how bad it was. We won 3-0 today.
Bro.
My man is turning around saying, Southampton are organised side... Blah, 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 blah. I thought
if you don't score your chances, this is...
They said to him, they literally asked him, what do you think about a Chelsea fan saying you are their worst manager in history? He said, well, it's understandable after a 1-0. I'm like, nah.
The lack of cojones for me.
There's no gusto. There's no
gusto there. And I think you've always said it as well. Like, your team, your manager is a reflection of your team. But what is Potter at the moment? That's the thing.
He's
I really hate how, I'll be honest with you as well, I really hate how the media, the British press as well, have got these kiddie gloves on when it comes to talking about Potter and how completely out of his depth he is. Because I don't see any articles, I don't see any big discussions on Sky Sports about... Voila. Because he's English, and because for the first time we have a big English manager in a big six job, it's like, hey, let's not ruin our one and only chance. So let's make sure we give him, as much as time as we can. Give him till the end of the season. Give him maybe till next season to develop. Get him a full preseason. No, bro. You are clearly showing tactically you're not good enough. Man management, you're not good enough. Communication and bringing a confidence to your side, not good enough. We didn't even get the benefit of the new manager bounce. And then when we're talking about signing an ID, and pretty much the board, and we've seen everybody else is doing that aside from you. Yeah, you get a little say-so. But really and truly, what has been Potter's imprint in what? 3 months at this club? Not one thing someone can name me. Not one individual improvement.
Do you know what the thing is? I'm not... Because... But you know when you're fully watching the game. The one thing I saw yesterday, they refuse at any point to go long. And it's like, bro, you've got Detro for fun up top. You've got wingers that we actually have mobile wingers. Why don't you try to say everything Kepa? Oh, but listen, it's just it's mad. But to the Lampard thing you said, boy, when it was getting peak with Lampard, the saving grace was Cobham, graduates and whatnot. Graham doesn't have a leg to stand on because at the end of the day, you spent money. You're in a situation where you actually can restore where we are in the league. Like for me, it was never foregone conclusion. I kept saying, we can crawl this back. We can crawl this back. I have no faith we're going to do that anymore. I have no faith anymore.
Okay, now even tactically, right? Because we talk about his personality, whatever.
Yeah.
We talk about these type of things. We're going to talk about some of the players as well. But things like, I'm not even a Chelsea fan. And it annoys me when I'm seeing crazy things. You just mentioned you had Detro
Fofana, yeah.
Up front, Fofana. You had him up front. He held the ball up pretty decently. He tried a little couple things. Why am I seeing Mason Mount number 9?
He was supposed to be on the flank.
Why am I seeing you took him off and you put Mason Mount number 9? Like, this is a guy that's already drowning in Mason Mount at the moment, struggling. You put him number 9. What? Like, how am me as a Chelsea fan, you as a Chelsea fan, supposed to get behind decisions like that? It's insane, bro. So tactically, we need to talk about these type of things. Like, tactically, Graham Potter is meant to be this manager who knows the game, he made Brighton play awesome football. It was great to watch. Everyone wanted to tune in. But with this Chelsea team, he's not doing any of that. It's freestyling. When I'm watching Chelsea, I'm not seeing no patterns of play. I'm not seeing any identity. I'm not seeing any idea. And to be honest, yeah, he's in and out of injuries as well and stuff, but I'm not even seeing Reece James and stuff that I know. I'm not seeing these type of play. I'm like, are you making everyone regress at this point, bro? I don't know what Potter's doing here.
He has an embarrassment of riches, and people will be like, yeah, you got big in. And you know what? Gabriel Bonho is very controversial. Let's put it out there. But he said something yesterday which is so true. He was saying that, we had to make some changes after the Champions League and we had to start with X, Y, and Z. Koulibaly was signed for how much? Benoit was signed for how much? He didn't play Champions League. Chilwell's come back from injury, you had him left back. You got João Felix, Noni, who you just signed. Like, this is like managers would cry for this embarrassment of riches. And it's like, come on, man. Like, what I'm thinking of now is, if I'm a player, because you're talking about the fans' perspective of, like, you know, sort of not feeling motivated by a manager. If I'm a player and I'm seeing my manager go, it's organised side, it's easy to become lackluster. It's easy to become a bit like, honestly, what I'm seeing here, I can't lie to you.
But at the same time,
you know, when you're frustrated. Yesterday, I was frustrated, bro. I was like, this actually cannot be. And it makes you think about why Chelsea did what they did so well for so long, because it was cutthroat. So when this new age came, I was willing to, you know, try a little something. But honestly,
even like the arrogance
it's mad.
Arrogance of simple things like just resting Thiago Silva and Reece James, in my opinion.
Why is Thiago Silva?
Like,
I thought there was a flu in the camp. That's what I heard.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought maybe
reports.
they just thought Champions League, all right, Southampton, bottom of the table, we can kind of play a rotated side. And I'm thinking, bro, you haven't even got the team cohesion going yet. You haven't got any kind of fluidity going. You haven't got any set system going. But you're here doing chopping and changing. And that's the other thing as well. It's like every week you're talking about tactics. I don't think I've seen one consistent 11 with Chelsea. Whether it's academy kids coming in one week, then the next week it's, all right, well, I'm going for the tried and tested Sterling and all these guys. And next week it's, all the new signings are coming in. What are you trying to go for, Paul? And this is why I've said, like, I don't know what last tether even the most diehard, like, Potter in guy are holding on to. And it seems so crazy because it's such a short span of time. But it's because so much has happened. And it seems like
2017 is unacceptable, bro.
You know.
Losing at home to Southampton is inexcusable. The thing is, like, the Chelsea, the Potter ins, I guess, will say, you know, new players, you know, but at the same time, you still have to be getting something back. You know what I mean? You got to still be making, you got to show signs. You got to see a couple things. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And for me, I just don't see where that's coming from. Even the new signings, right? And this is something that you got to look at with Bowley as well. But listen, maybe it might work out in the future. But you know, the future is still now. You still got, the present has got to be right. You can't bring these guys into a terrible environment, lose, and think these guys are going to now turn into world beaters eventually.
You got Nani Madueke, you got Nani you've brought in, you got Mudryk you brought in.
A lot of, if you look at these guys' actual footballing age, forget the actual 22, 23. These guys are inexperienced in the game, bro.
They're young.
They're inexperienced in the game. You know, everyone on Twitter, everyone on the internet knew all about Mudryk somehow, because we all watch Ukrainian football. Somehow.
He played
I
one
still
full
ain't
season.
seen nothing more than I've seen from Anthony Gordon, Damari Gray, Harvey Barnes. I could say many, many names. I ain't seen nothing from him. The other new signing. You guys haven't won a game with Enzo on the pitch, mate.
Nzonzi, they're calling him.
Zakaria, we need you, you know? Zakaria, we need you, bro.
Hey,
we need you.
Dumb.
But for real though, like at the same time, even these new signings, like they're not even looking like. I'm not gonna get onto them too early, but I'm not even seeing much. I'm not seeing much from any of these guys. I saw Enzo getting cooked by Adeyemi. You think I forgot that?
No, that was.
You think I forgot that?
They've been trying to lose behind closed doors.
Bro, Chelsea think they're slick, man.
What did you say yesterday? Afterburn.
Bro, afterburn, bro.
While we're focused on Raw.
We're all watching the Raw. I'm watching Stone Cold Steve Austin and that. Hurricane things, I didn't see him losing on afterburn.
Hurricane be John Morrison and them, man.
Taz, I saw you. I saw that, bro. Taz, I saw that still. Trust me.
I'll break it down to 4 things here before I
Mr.
move on.
Kennedy and that.
Mr.
Hey, man. Don't kill me.
Listen, I'll break it down to 4 things. Potter, it's been a long time since we said this one, but the lights are bright, fam. Hey, the lights are bright. Emirates at night bright. Listen, you cannot lose to Tottenham.
When is the Dortmund game?
2 weeks.
Not
Not
2 weeks,
next week, because you
basically,
know they stagger it. So, number 1, the brights are light. Number 2, you cannot lose to Spurs. If you lose to Spurs, you might as well pack your bags. Is that situation untenable?
So you've got 2 weeks.
Because you can't lose back-to-back games with no managers.
This is your 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, but you can't lose back-to-back games with no managers.
What's it with Spurs?
Yeah.
Listen, you lost to Southampton. Anything can happen. Let's get into these super chats.
You can't. No, I've got. I'm doing my 4 points. You can't lose back-to-back games with no managers. That's number 2. Number 3, you must, even if it's a style that you don't even run to, you must implement something that we can say there's an identity. All of this, I change formations, I do this, I do that. It's not moving me. Implement a style. Number 4, please, presence. Presence when you speak. It's like a supply teacher having no control over a classroom.
Where's your fade gone as well?
Presence.
Bruv? Where's your fade gone? Yeah.
Got a little trim.
I got a little gas first 2 weeks because there was a new boy in school. Thought they was lit. You ain't lit.
Please.
Sit down.
Now he's coming.
Nah,
now he's coming to
you.
school with brown,
Yeah, you know
with a
what
brown
I'm
shirt,
saying?
brown shirt and that. Bro, you know what I mean?
He's got holding his blazer on. Like
Bro, he's getting
pen, you know when the pen falls into this
Inside out blazer, bro.
The pen fall into this bit.
He's getting comfortable now, man.
Round it up. The lights are bright. Do not lose to another team with no manager. Please, style or something, and presence when you talk, bro. I don't even care if you gas up. Like, I see rappers all the time say stuff that they don't believe. Fam, just say something. Give us something to believe in. If you don't do them 4, bro, just
The thing is, though, like, listen, you don't have to lose these games. That's the worst thing. Like, why do you have to lose these games? You're not even making yourself hard to beat. You know what I mean? If you're not getting the results, Eddie Howe situation, they're getting a lot of draws somehow. Yeah. Obviously, he's getting results as well, but he's getting a lot of draws.
Difficult.
They're not even getting difficult to beat. They're just getting what?
Southampton looked at the home team in the first half. But
This is what I'm saying.
We're going to another time.
But let me get into the super
Before
chats.
the super chats, though, we should give James Ward-Prowse some flowers, bro.
He is one goal away from equaling Beckham's record in the Premier League.
In 130 more games, but...
No, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Respect DB7.
Hey,
Don't
Ward-Prowse.
DB7.
GOAT free kick taker. He's coming for
Better than
title.
Bex. Nah. Hey, Bex is the GOAT, you know.
You know Bex has that celebrity PR, so you can never really defeat that. But if we really look
Look what they're doing. They're reducing Beckham to celebrity status.
To spice your manager.
Oh man, you a casual. Oh man, you a casual.
Let's go super chat.
A model of consistency.
Hey, I can't lie though. One thing I'll say here, the James Ward-Prowse chant is wavy.
How does it go?
Man said, James Ward-Prowse, my lord, James Ward-Prowse.
Oh my days, that's so true.
Of course he would love that. Chess boy.
Christianity. I'm joking. Gotcha. All right, let me get
Let's
to
go to
this.
Super Chats, man. Let's go to Super Chats.
JBQ says 1 win in 10, 2 wins in 17, 3 wins in 20. We have scored more than once on 2 occasions in the last 20 games.
There you go,
Potter needs to leave. Bro, damn right,
Smell
bro.
up the joint. What's the next one?
Mark Goldbridge. Why did this guy just put his real name? Mark Goldbridge says, Cams, you need to put respect on Bruno and Shaw. We'll get into Man United. But yeah, them man are doing their thing for real. Joseph says, Enzo blocking his nose, saying this stinks. Did he actually say that? Or is he just like...
I think he's there.
He just messing around. No, it's lying. So what level you play at, man? Calm down, man. You want to walk? All right, Messi got you there, man. S says Black Air Force gang Maze hype. If them racist Chelsea fans start dropping M bombs, it's long. 005 Mudrick would join in too. Don't go anywhere. Much of you, I didn't see that little baby video. I'll never
We're gonna
forget.
spin the block on him on Black History Month.
Listen, bro.
Talent ain't enough hype. We gonna see about that.
I told you when I saw him, I said, "Yeah, he looks like one of them hype beasts." I'm looking at him closely.
Hey.
Tim AFC says, "Mawa, just like you said when Arteta was in the slumps, Big Sam is waiting in the wings." Simply,
Hey, that's a good one.
hold that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Hey, Tim, that's a good one. That's
Well
good.
played.
That's good.
He's always a regular on Twitter as well.
Hey,
Big him
I'll
up,
tell you,
man.
that's good
Big
episode
up.
IQ.
Ash, one of our mods, big up Ash. He says,
Big up, Ash.
Jorginho better impact than Enzo. Word to Cams. You see, they laugh first.
The Oracle.
First, they call you crazy. Then they understand.
The Oracle.
There we
The
go.
Oracle's my guy, though. So
Tony Starks, next game, Tottenham away. He's gonna lose the fans. That one is gonna be
he's
proper.
losing
I
the
saw
fans,
some recent poll that Chelsea fans view Tottenham as their biggest rivals, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Edu out says remember Zidane is available. Chelsea can go for him.
if
That's
you think
that's suicide for him, man. He
if you
shouldn't do
think
that.
Zidane is gonna go Chelsea, then
He shouldn't do that. If he goes to them, he shouldn't do that.
Zidane operates with proven winners. Why is he gonna come to a Chelsea squad of, like you said, players with like small
Project players.
It's not gonna happen.
Najib Football says, we are not running away from the grind. Trust the process and trust in Potter. Also, Chelsea fans, Felix is not our saviour. Osimhen or Tony is needed.
All right, cool. I want to address this one quickly. Based on the form that we're playing with here, do you think Osimhen, Tony, Rice, any person we've been linked to is gonna think, yeah, this is moving me? No.
I've been saying all January, money.
Nah, money talks, but bullshit walks
Money
also.
talks. You know,
Bullshit walks
I'm having
also.
so much fun in 10th. Look at our pool. Yeah, well, you're still there.
All our rivals are fuming that we're spending.
We bully Arsenal. Yo, they're first. You're 10th.
Traps.
Olu says Mudrick is still heartbroken from not signing for us. Boy.
Signing for who?
Arsenal, mate. You know what I mean?
That sounded
You didn't throw a pause on the end there.
Don't need that one, mate. AJ says Chelsea can't win a game without Thiago Silva. He's 39.
I said, you 36.
Innit? I'm 39. And Mazzino says, Fuad, I'm not letting you get away with your sus behaviour, chanting wood on DR Sports. Yo, they're following you cross channels. They're following you cross channels.
Is that all of them?
Yeah,
that one of the super chats?
that's
Chris
all
Wood
of it.
scored the last minute winner. What else am I supposed to chant?
Wood, you know.
Listen, Chris Wood. That's what
fair
they're
enough.
not
Can
signing
someone
for
clip
chanting.
that?
Fair enough, fair
Someone clip
enough.
that.
Look at you trying to get a Chelsea jam, yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm on to you. I'm on
At least
to
they're
you.
clipping that. Listen, man, that was one part of the weekend. Another part of the weekend, let's go to United because I feel like it's a big week coming up. Rashford in the goals, Sancho 1-2 with the goals. Ten Hag has jumped on the Cam bandwagon and is doing this.
Bro, can we
No.
talk about that, please?
What, one game at a time?
Like,
Or the bandwagon?
it's gone global. The Cam has officially got the Ten Hag cosign. I never wanted this brand to go this far. Man's at the tunnel going.
That's it. Man United tweeted it. Man United tweeted it as well. They did this. They did it earlier in the week. Man United tweeted this. Listen, I'm talking behind the scenes. We're talking, you know what I mean? No, listen, you guys don't know the conversations I'll be having with my club. There we go, man. There we go.
You remember
It's fine. Yeah.
Now so I love my club.
Yeah. Real talk.
It's a good time.
No more yellow green scarves.
No.
Forgot about the Norwich scarf.
Yeah, the Norwich
Yeah, the Blazers are going. And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Listen, life's good over here, B. Life's good over here. You guys can say whatever you
Man
want.
said Qatar.
Yeah, bro. This ain't no. Let's cook your night. Yeah, look at my people in my comments. Run up them. One game at a time.
Everyone's did this. Look.
Run it up. It's only one game at a time, bro.
Listen, I can't lie. I need the biggest Karius remontada.
Look at my man hating. Why am I hating?
No, I need it for him. That would be a great story.
Oh, for
Last
him,
time
hi.
he played was the Champions League final.
him,
And then he comes down. He's the saviour. Newcastle win their first trophy for how long? No, but big man thing, for the sake of football, who would it be nicer to win the trophy? Newcastle United.
United.
Thank you, mate. What United? What
Manchester United.
Thank you. This is why I like you, man.
No, I'm not doing that. Bruv, you lot are doing this cutesy Newcastle shit, yeah? They are monsters in the making. I don't want to.
They are monsters in the making.
They no, but that's better the monster you know than the monster you don't, as they say.
You're going to
Does
be
that
the
make
only
sense?
person in stoppage time not to win a trophy.
That's fine.
It's
my
not.
club. It's my history. It's my DNA. You think I haven't been living this life for X amount of years?
Oh gosh.
I want a number on that.
Let's go into United. Let's start with the game. And then let's start with the week as well, because I think it's important to address the Barcelona stuff, even though I know you did some live streams. And then we'll talk about how important that is going into the week coming up. So talk to me about the game. Rashford, is that 16 and 17 now?
Yep.
16 and 17. Sancho back in the goals. Talk to me. How are you feeling right now? What's the mood in United camp?
Mate, listen.
Oh, actually, let's start somewhere else. Can you discuss how you felt in the Brentford match and how you feel now?
All right, listen.
I need the contrast.
Listen.
I need the contrast.
Those who know, you know the people that were there from day one, of the season. From day one of the season, when Man United lost that 4-0, the second game, first game, whatever it was. Those who were in that Twitter space, 9K came inside. Half time, I was ready to listen. As I said, only crime was on my mind. only crime was on my mind, bro. I don't know. Listen,
It weren't CultureCams, it was criminal cams.
bro, straight after the whole Rangnick season, Ollie, whatever, and then we go into this game of obviously Ronaldo wants to leave, all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was his first start, and we're 4-0 down at half time. I was done with these play, bro. Like literally, I can't even say what I really wanted to. But everyone that was in that halftime show, listen, I thought this club's never coming back. I was playing Undertaker music. Doom, doom. I said, listen, enjoy your childhoods. It was fun. Secondary school, primary school, we were lit. We were them guys. You know when somebody comes back, the nerd comes back, looks at who the guy was all cool in school and said, damn, homie, you used to be the man, homie. You know what I mean? What happened to you? That was us. I said, it's finished. I hope you bragged as much as possible. But then I didn't know this man had something planned for me.
I told you.
I didn't know this bald, beautiful man had something planned for me. It all changed after that. The whole Ronaldo stuff, he doesn't mind dropping him. Maguire doesn't mind. He just done everything he wanted to do at that point. That was like a tipping point. 2 games in, imagine that. But it was a tipping point because of everything that happened the previous season. He had been watching Man United for a long time, identifying what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done. I'm sure even at that point, I was like, yo, people are talking about Eric 10 months. Eric 10 games. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Eric 10, is he on the last 10 games? So listen, the contrast to now, to the point where we're going to the Camp Nou and being the better team, we should have got out of the Camp Nou winning that game. Do you know what I mean? The contrast to going against Leicester now, comfortably beating them 3-0. Well, the first half it was pretty peak to be fair, but where we are now, I think we're 3 points or 2 points behind Manchester City. Obviously 5 off Arsenal. Arsenal got a game in hand. But think that we'll be here after the way we started the season is insane. And then when we caught a little run, beat Arsenal, beat Liverpool, what happened? City humbled us. Man said hat-trick for Foden, hat-trick for Haaland. But Ten Hag said, thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the lesson. And you see when I talk about personality in the pressers, that's what I'm talking about. My gaffer didn't panic. My gaffer didn't say, well, this is what we needed. He didn't say no. Thank you for the lesson. You know what I mean? See you next time. OT, City, you want to come to? Get the hell out of Old Trafford. We're running you out of here now. We're running you out. It's different, bro. I'm telling you, life is good.
Best
And
manager since Fergie?
Of course.
That goes without saying.
It goes without saying because obviously
No, but I
Jose
mean,
won
in terms of
trophies.
Jose won trophies,
Jose won
Fonseca,
trophies. LVG won a
FA
trophy.
Cup.
But if you're talking about the
only
long-term thing, what you can see, how you can... Jose won, but we finished 6th that season. Do you know what I mean? We didn't do anything after that. Finished 2nd, City won 100 points, whatever. LVG got sacked the year that he won it. We finished 5th. Do you know what I mean?
Didn't
But
get
this
sacked straight
manager...
afterwards?
Yeah, he got sacked straight after. This
Straight
manager, you can see a full... plan. You can see that this club, if we keep him, we can come back to the top. And that's
And
why I
if you
keep
get
saying
owners as
next
well.
season. Oh, we're going to get onto the Qataris because we're going to get onto that, trust me. But with what's going on right now, it's amazing. And you're looking at this game, in this game, for example, the first half, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? The first half wasn't good. Leicester were the better team in the first half, undeniably.
Yeah.
But we went 1-0 up. The inevitability of Rashford, which we'll get into again. But the second half, this is why I said, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Calm down.
We got props now, yeah?
So look at this. So in the second half, what was really key in the second half was Rashford was paying 9 in the first half with Weghorst in the 10 area, right? It wasn't working.
Space invader.
Yeah, it wasn't working. But what Ten Hag did is he bring in Sancho, put him in. Look, let me just circle it, and he put him just in this number 10 position, and we call that Tencho. Do you know what I mean? We call that Tencho. So he put him in just that little number 10 position over there. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Yeah, he just put him in that little 10 row over here. Yeah. Okay.
What did he do?
And what he was doing is being able to link up with Bruno here, allowing Bruno to also come into here, allowing Rashford to then start making these runs.
And that allows him to go into those
That allows him
spaces.
to, get in these areas as well. So then that's what was happening. So Bruno was coming in here, Weghorst was in there, Sancho was just buzzing in and around. And sometimes he'll just drop in here as well.
Is that the future for Sancho?
And that's the thing. Have we just discovered something? Have we just discovered something?
They sold Sancho quicker than Pogba. Hey!
So what we've seen is Tencho might be the future. He's had 2 great cameos in this little role. So I'm looking forward to him, but that is where the game was won. Because when he came on, he's got retention. Get the ball to him. He can turn. He can drive. He can link up with Bruno. And in the second half, we got control of the game. And next thing you know, it's 3-0, lights out. And there we go. Sancho gets his goal, and I'm very happy for him. But Ten Hag identified something in the first half.
Can you give Ten Hag credit for my man on the right as well?
Bruno.
never
We call
used
it
to-
Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno. Bruno.
You're trying to force that one a little.
Bruno.
That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it.
Go back to the drawing board with that one.
No, back to the drawing
Go
board
back to the drawing board.
You almost.
Bruno.
Go back to the drawing board with that one.
Running, bro.
That one ain't gonna stick.
No. I'm usually with it as well, but no.
Go back to
But
the drawing.
Bruno, I think the way he's gone right wing and just settled in comfortably.
So a
over
lot
the
of
past
people
couple
have not
weeks.
been
Bro,
with it. But
10-10's done a job there as well, and I think him and Sancho could do the interchange
Swap it,
thing.
Yeah. Because you know what? Yeah, we've always Man United fans always we talk about Bruno's retention. Sometimes in their middle areas, and we also saw it against Leeds
Too chaotic.
recently. He came deep, lost the ball. What's Donny's name again? Nonto. He went and scored. But if you look at
Athlete struggles of
what's this guy Donny's name?
Nonto.
Nonto.
yeah, it's the
Hype.
G and N is together.
What's that Donny's name? I was at DR Sports as well. James Hype. Yeah. Anyway, So anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So sometimes Bruno loses the ball or the retention ain't too certy
Yeah.
in the midfield area. So it looks like Ten Hag has seen that put him right wing, where if you do lose the ball, it's not going to cause as much harm, but you can still keep the creative aspect, which is Bruno's game. And so far on the right wing, he's been having some really good performances. I'm not going to lie, but I think with Sancho in the team as well, it'll only aid him even more because he can still drift into the midfield. With Weghorst there, I'm a bit like, I don't know, because Weghorst can't drift anywhere. You know what I mean? This Wallington role, it's great. You know what I mean? Defensively, he's doing the Wallington, but offensively, he's not offering us nothing. Link up is not. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Even
So
in today's game, the commentator was saying like, "Yeah, Man United have every man to a T has performed brilliantly, except the big man up top." He didn't want to say his name.
Do you know what I would say about the Sancho thing as well, which I think is prime sort of. It speaks to what you said about Ten Hag watching United before and understanding his players, because the one thing that we mentioned about Sancho in the Premier League is the dynamism or the athleticism or sort of like what you need, that little yard of pace that you need to play wide, it's not his game. Whereas in Germany, he was very stop-start and flowy. You can't do that on the wing in the Premier League. You have to be able to be direct, beat a man, whatever. Whereas in this role here, you can be floaty. You can sort of like, you know, it's not about pace and going 100 miles per hour in that role.
It's about IQ.
So, and I think ultimately as well, if you think about the way the Dutch league is, that's kind of what it's like. So you have to give credit for him to understand that. But also as well, do you know what I give credit to as well? It's the fact that when we speak about Ajax, right, this is a conversation we have all the time. When we speak about Ajax players, Ajax managers, we always speak about this sort of ideology that they have, which is pretty football, Cruyff, you know, give to me, to you, whatever. And you said it in pre-production. Ten Hag's not that. He's not your typical sort of like Ajax disciple.
He can mix it up.
He wants that. He wants the principles of that. But it's about we're going up there. We're going to fuck them up.
Yeah, that's
and
the
then
thing.
we have that.
Ten Hag absolutely is. If you again, I don't want to keep talking about press conferences, but you listen to his press conferences. The key words you always hear is fight, desire, attitude.
If you can mix Conte with,
he knows. If I can, do you know what he knows? He knows. I'm going to be able to make you guys play a certain way. 100%. I know I can get you guys to do that. And I'm also going to sign quality players who will have that no matter what. But what he knows is that
the intangibles.
You have to fight.
Yeah.
You have to do those type of things.
Drill those in.
You have to do those things. So he always drums in about that because he knows on the training pitch he's going to get them doing this. But he needs to let them understand you need to fight. You need to win every ball. You need to win your duels. That's the thing. Win your duels.
Which, I'll be honest with you, which is why I love even how he's handling Sancho in the sense of the whole man management of sending him away, go and get your piece, go and get your time away. But then I also imagine now he's come back in, he's not doing the, Sancho, cute, yeah.
He's like, no,
well done,
go and get back in blood.
Yeah. Now you need to, he's putting him on. And I think the key thing for Sancho here now is consistency. Because I think since he's moved to United, it's almost like, I felt like personally, United let him down.
Yeah.
You chased him for 2 years, you then almost right wing, left wing 1 week. Ronaldo comes in, gets shoehorned, you're basically now a D priority. And then now you've actually got a coach for the first time who believes in you, who's listening to your mental side of the thing as well, trying to cater to that, and now you've got your confidence back as well. Now you've got to deliver the consistency in my eyes. And the thing is, does he now become that permanent 10? And do you just kind of fixate on trying to get the best out of him in that role, or do you still freely let him move around the place as long as you're getting something out of it?
The interesting part is we don't actually know yet because the 2 games that Sancho, I think he's played 4 since we've come back. Since he's come back. The 2 games he started on the right. Not the greatest games, including Barcelona the other day. The 2 cameos have been 10, absolutely excellent. So it's actually going to be interesting to see if Ten Hag actually says, do you know what, this is your long-term role, or we're just doing this for now to patch things together. When Martial comes back, or Anthony comes back, then we don't know what's going to happen. Because if Anthony comes back, we know Ten Hag really likes Anthony. Bruno has to go in midfield, surely, because Bruno's undroppable at the
Sancho
moment.
Can't go
there we go. So we're going to have to see when everyone's fit. But again, which is why my criticism of Potter, Ten Hag finds solutions. Injuries or not, he finds a way. Potter doesn't. It's the difference.
Bruno, false 9. Take out Woot.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all. That ain't it, y'all.
Anthony Rash. Hey, yo.
Nah, that ain't it,
This guy's like Julius Randle. Before we go super chats, and before we go Qatari talk, I want to ask you a question. Both you guys have got extensive ball knowledge. In terms of like,
thank you, mate.
In terms of like managerial
cute.
turnarounds, in terms of like moments where things have been going rough and turn around, like where does this Ten Hag job at the moment rank? Because you said in those first 2-3, it was like raw. To where it is now, actually no, I've got 2 questions. Where does this turnaround rank? Is it better than the Arteta thing initially? Not about Arteta now. The Arteta initially, where they had to beat Chelsea and then start building from there. Is it better than that? The second question I'll ask is, are you the small horse in the title race?
Look.
That's just a yes or no question.
Yeah, no, look. So the rebuild thing, we don't know yet, man. Because listen, it's great right now, but go and lose against Newcastle in the final, get knocked out against Barcelona, and all of a sudden we're looking at our season like, damn, we're nervous, we're scared. I said this is the biggest week in a long time that we've had. Got one out of the way now, Leicester. Next is Barcelona. If we can go out this week with 3 dubs, the confidence that we're going to have is going to be scary, what we could do for the rest of the season. Honestly, it'll be scary. But let's get a trophy. You know what I mean? We got an opportunity to get a trophy. We cannot lose that. We must win that game. Like, this is so key in my opinion. Yeah, people can say it's the Carabao, but this is so key in Ten Hag's cycle for what Man United are going to be. Same way with Jose winning the Carabao, first the Carling Cup, first thing he won. This is what we want to do. Set the tone. A lot of these man ain't won trophies. We want them to start getting that mentality. Like when we get to finals, when we get to these things, we win. We got to the final with Oli in the Europa League and put one of the worst performances I've ever seen and lost. Sorry, against who did I say?
Villarreal,
yeah, against Villarreal, and we were absolutely. It was depressing after that. We got to change this mentality, bro. Go and win a trophy, and every player will believe in what he's doing. People will be watching, and people are going to want to be a part of this. And in terms of the
second question, are you a small, as you know the Jose quote? Are you a small horse?
Listen, as I said, it's one game at a time. But as I said, we're small horses. You know what I mean? We're just carrying on. We need our milk. We need our calcium. We need our nutrition. We're eating grass.
Mama's titty.
But then, we're just going along, man. We're just going along. We're not. For me,
I would say though,
Arsenal are still the standard. So
Conte's Chelsea. Like he didn't pick you lot up from 10th and then go on to win the title the next year.
What is it? We should do that.
No, in the sense of pick up jobs.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout.
Picked up Jose's almost.
And don't forget they started the season poorly as well.
Downing tools, and then against Arsenal, it was still looking like you guys are down tools. And then he said,
man, 5 at the back.
Let's go. That for me is
and then you won 13 games in a row.
Turnaround I've ever seen.
That's good ball knowledge.
That's a real man.
You won 13 games in a row that season as well. So listen,
that's a good one.
Right now, we're just the small horses. Yeah, I mean, people are going to try and put Man United in the title race. But listen, we're within 8 points?
Yeah.
8 points. Yeah, then if we're in the title race, then Chelsea are still in the top 4 race, isn't it?
Well, that's what I thought.
And you ain't.
That's what I thought until
and you ain't.
All right, cool. Let's go super chats and then quickly touch on the Qataris and the bidding and everything. Let's go. So,
I do like my coaching session though. Yeah,
Mike A.
That's the coach's voice high.
And in the regista position.
CultureCams.
Mike A said, put some respect on Weggy. Does all the dog work. Definitely needs to be part of the squad next season. Gabriel says, love the content, lads. Big fan. ETH got Gary Nev and Carragher treatment after 2 games. Potter getting away with a lot over there. That is a very good shout because Carragher was saying some. Anyway, that's good. Dominic.
They were trying to compare him to De Boer.
Yeah,
I ain't forgot,
Dominic, that's good knowledge. Wow. AJ says AJ says we stand with Sir Jim. White owners matter.
This guy is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Racismo, no?
Yeah, racismo, no?
Racismo, no?
Eston says De Gea saves us in that first half. I don't want to throw it to you because people always think you have a De Gea agenda, but I think you'd say that's a good first half.
Oh, no, De Gea, that was a great performance today. That's what we need, but it's what De Gea does, isn't it? He makes saves, but everything else is my issue. But great, and congratulations to him. I think he's the record clean sheet holder at Manchester United now, 180.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, congratulations.
Huh? Who's the holder, Schmeichel?
I think so, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. So,
Kevin
congratulations.
Jimenez says ETH has consistently in caps tweet things mid-game. Love it. Right. Adam says,
Coach.
Pay the money for Sabitzer now. I've seen enough. Big up Fred for calling it early that this will be the sign of the winter window. In Ten Hagberg, I trust.
In Ten Hagberg.
I like that one. ABB says, was watching Prem Preview show and saw Ian Wright with Kelly with Wright and Kelly. Wait, Ian Wright with Kelly. Next thing I see Maya was sitting there. How did that come about? Congrats on the success. Love my G.
How did that come about? Yeah, look at you smiling. Look at
just popped up.
you smiling, all flaccid and stuff.
Ian is my dad.
Oh, I like this one.
Uncle Righty.
You're dumb.
Come on, give me how did it come about?
Man's working, innit?
But how did it come about? He's asking you, could he pay $5 for that? He paid a $5 for
Man's
that.
working. They reached out, you know, you want to come on? Yeah. But I've been on it before. I did bare Premier League stuff last year. Man's
Say no more.
Been about
but no, I
hype.
appreciate it. Ollie goes, I need Rashford tested for performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into. Let's talk about that. I mean, we did an episode.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. We did an episode about if Rashford's the most informed player in Europe, and people were saying a lot of names, which you could say there was some valid names, but you see what he's doing now. It's ridiculous, bro. What is it? 14 Premier League goals now. I think he's just 3 behind Harry Kane. Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? And then,
Harry Kane's season just going off the radar as well.
I know, yeah.
Ten Hag. I mean, not Ten
You
Hag.
had Haaland doing the
Haaland's
madness at the
ruined it,
beginning. Now Rashford.
Hey, on the Haaland thing, you know Haaland, I think I calculated in terms of like Premier League seasons, he would have won the Golden Boot.
yeah, he would have won it. So.
In like
19
8 or 9?
Yeah.
8 or
Haaland
9?
hype. We're talking Rashford. We're talking Rashford.
Let's go.
We're talking Rashford. But no, honestly, the sense of inevitability about Rashford at the moment is absolutely insane. You know, anytime Man United are having a bad performance, we're just waiting for that Rashford moment at this point. And I said, when we were talking about the carry jobs that we've seen from Manchester United and stuff, like, they even want to talk about carry jobs, but just in terms of the inevitability and the streakiness, people might say I'm absolutely crazy, but it is actually in terms of feeling like he's going to score every single week. It feels like Cristiano Ronaldo in 07-08. Rooney in 09-010 had an unbelievable carry job, but I remember he scored a hat-trick in one game. He scored 4 versus Hull. There were some moments where
Clusters,
he clustered it. Rashford is every single game he's scoring and scoring. It feels like only when I saw Ruud van Nistelrooy do it in 03 and Ronaldo in 08, I haven't seen guys go on this stretch for Man United before. It's insane what he's doing, bro. And listen, he's reached a different level. Now he's starting to he's not even smiling with his celebrations no more. He's being cool about it, you know what I mean?
It's too normal.
Getting Henri about him, you know what I'm saying? It's getting casual with it. So listen, he's in a different moment. And the fact that he didn't even pass to Garnacho today, he knew, listen, I'm putting this in the back of the net, no doubt. So honestly, bro, he's just... Anyone that comes is in trouble.
I said
Barcelona. Barcelona.
I said on the episode.
Anti-Rashford plan. Hold! About anti-Rashford.
They didn't even mark it, man.
Bro. Ten Hag
got it wrong. Chappie got it wrong.
About you revealing your plans. All right, I'll just put him 9 and he'll crash you too.
I said
Love it, man.
on the FTBL culture we did. I said that for me, this has gone past form. I said it's gone past form. He's found himself, and it's like, okay, the manager knows what I need to do. Similar to what might happen with Sancho in this 10 role. And again, you have to give credit to the manager, sort of being like, I believe in you. I need you to do this, and we work on everything else afterwards. And listen, man, this is, for me, it's gone past form. The guy is just like, he's locked into what he's gonna do. How many goals that he's got? He's
24.
It's more than his last biggest tally.
And you know what? I saw a nice dunk today, but it had to be on my boy Rio. Do you know what I'm saying? Rio said, "Where's Ronaldo got 24 last season? If he gets dropped, where's the goals gonna come from?"
Believe in your own, Rio.
That's where it's coming. Ronaldo, you can hold that. I'm sorry. You can hold. And all your boys. You're great. All your boys. Class of 92, what are you?
You're not.
You can all hold it.
Man jacked him in for no reason.
Rashi. Listen, he's proving everyone wrong, man.
Talk, man.
How much does he end up with this season?
He's got 24 right now.
Yes.
You said you're aiming for 40.
No, I said 40 goals and assists. I don't know how many assists he's got at
Can
the
he
moment.
break that 40? Do you think he can get there?
40 goals.
Jeez, that is
40
crazy.
goals. Bro, that's 16 more.
This guy's
Slap for your boy.
16 is a
How-
good
how much you want for Harry Kane?
campaign for normal
How much you
players.
want from Harry Kane this season?
Forget Harry Kane. We're talking about the best player in Europe in the world.
Nah, do you know what? I would
they
say
don't like the
no.
Right
He's right though, because if we get through Barcelona, well, that's a lot of extra fixtures. If we get
load
through,
management, man.
no, he's not load managing nothing. Rashford is not going to
They were
sit down
breaking
for nothing.
Rashford when he was half injured, bro. Now fully fit.
No, do you
On
know what?
form.
Yeah, I'm gonna go I'm going to say Rashford's going to get 36 goals this season.
36, all
I
comps.
respect that.
36 goals, all comps.
That would be
12 more.
colossal. That would be colossal.
How many is he on Premier League?
He's on 14 in the Prem. I think he'll get 20 Premier League goals.
If he gets 20
20
plus,
Premier League goals?
Yeah,
Wow.
he'll get
that would
20
be-
Premier League
that would
goals.
be, yeah.
Well, you need 6 goals in his next 15 fixtures.
come on.
On the
Come
form
on,
that he's on.
25.
Yeah. Nah,
Man said it's an auction, 25, 25,
That's
26,
how
26.
You know, I was happy to see. I was happy to see him get a brace today because a lot of his things have been 1-1-1-1-1-1-1. So to see him get a brace, that was
Did he
good to
assist
see.
the other one as well?
No, that was Bruno. That was Bruno.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
listen, I'm looking forward to
respect.
seeing it. But I'm going to give him, let's say, 36 goars. Give me 10 assists.
2 more.
He's on 8 already.
2 more.
He's on 8, yeah.
All comps.
14.
What you say?
Man said, you know, heads down for y'all.
Rashford's trying to walk away with.
Hey.
Rashford's trying to walk away with 50 GA.
Hey.
Don't let that happen, people. You're in trouble if that happens. But listen,
Let's go. Super chats quickly. Tina says 21 is coming. Arteta is lucky to still be Arsenal manager. HR should have been sacked after 886. Fuad, we await your apology, and Jack Grealish, we'll go into that later. That's from AJ. Patrick says,
These people don't know me. Okay.
Patrick says, big up the man, them Cams. How do you feel about going into Anfield in a couple of weeks? Would winning that game let you admit you guys are on tight race, but you've kind of said you're a small horse?
Anfield is. I'm worried about that fixture.
I was saying because Anfield's rejuvenated.
It's definitely concerning me a little bit. But, you know, we packed that thing too, so come around this way. You will get clapped.
Just Waffling says Rashi's accepting what he's best at, and I love that for him.
Yep. Simplifying.
ETH's influence, Marcus self-belief, big up the show. Fuad sneaker game is saying a lot.
What you got on today?
I don't know. Some
Who says-
97s, bro.
Ooh.
Okay.
I've these for years, man. You like they're brand new.
Oh, kill him. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Nate Boy says, if the plan is to pair Oshie with Emma, long for the Prem.
What you say?
If the plan is to pair Oshiman with Marcus Rashford, it's long for the Prem.
Bro, listen, our athleticism,
I'm trying to think about how that would...
our press.
No. That's not happening. Wasn't been incoming United, man.
All right.
You don't want to negotiate with De Laurentiis? Okay.
After they win the league as well.
You have some casuals. You have some casuals.
Yeah.
You don't know about De Laurentiis? Worse than Olas.
Y'all don't know who.
about Olas?
Y'all don't know who's coming.
You don't know who the Qataris are. I thought you were going to go and play
You
some
bring our
music.
boys. You bring your
I
boys.
thought you were going to play some music. I was going to play
No, you're
Heroes
mad.
and villains.
You don't know who's coming.
TBG says, Karma, respect CR7, please. Oh, wait, in no comparison.
I didn't say. See, this is what happens.
People don't
You see,
yeah.
now they're gonna go and say that I said.
You
this
said
is
he's better than CR708. You
Yeah,
said he's better than Rooney Bold.
The inevitability of him scoring every single week feels like Cristiano in 08.
In a
Simple.
minute, thoughts on the bids coming in, Qatar's bid coming in, and the situation at PSG, which make the Qatar situation better for you.
Yeah,
Go.
they're not even. PSG's situation is not really involved with us. But as I said, if it comes through, make sure you call me Sheikh Abu Culture Al Said. That's my new name.
Sheikh is getting rude.
Abu Culture Al Said.
Hey, this is tough. How'd
you like me now? You know what I mean? But what'd you say? Oh, I thought you said something. But yeah, listen. Now, but in terms of the bid, I mean, listen, I'm not a finance expert or anything like that, but from what it's looking like, the Qataris have put in the higher offer. You know what I mean? They've put in, with what I'm listening to now, when he's talking to the fans, with what I heard him say, he wants to redevelop the football team. He wants to redevelop the Old Trafford, Carrington, women's game. He wants to get us back to the top of everything, supports the club. I'm hearing every single thing I want to hear. It's exactly how Man City fans would have felt when their owners came in, promising these things, and they've done those things. And that sounds like what the Qataris want to do as well. And that is what I want. I'm hearing Jim Ratcliffe talk about 69% majority ownership, talking about the debts ain't coming from us, the debt is going to be with Inos and all this stuff. Allow me with all of
Ineos,
that.
but yeah.
Enos, allow me with all of that, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not trying to hear about debts, because what I heard in Jim Ratcliffe's speech, it didn't say anything about removing our current debt. It just sounded like more debt is going to be added, but it's just not going to be mine. It's going to be with Enos. Bro, that's not inspiring at all. I'm looking at the two like offers that we have on the table right now, and it's no comparison. It's got to be the Qataris, in my opinion. And there's people talking about, you know, human rights and all this type of stuff. Listen, I don't get involved in all that type of stuff because for the last time I know, what is the UK a perfect country? Do you know what I mean? Is the UK perfect? Is the US perfect? It's not. So I don't want to hear about all that type of stuff. You can talk about anything. You can find problems in every government, everything. So I'm not going to come and sit here and all the athletic, Samuel Luckhurst hype, Laurie Whitwell's hype. All these men come in and put in their agenda-filled, pushing this thing. This like agenda, which just for me just sounds xenophobic and racist, in my opinion. That's how I see it. So listen, for me as a fan, I want the Qataris. Simple as that. I want my club to be back to what they are. You know what I mean? And if you sit down and ask 95% of these people who talk about Qatar and say, okay, what is the problem with Qatar? They even have answers for you. They just say, you know, the LGBT situation and stuff. Okay. And then when you want to get further into that conversation, they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. Yeah. So everyone's just getting pushed stuff by the Western media and they're lapping it up.
Listen,
but it is what it is, man.
All I'll say to my Middle Eastern Muslim brothers, astaghfirullah. Shame on you if you buy these Red Devils.
Look at this guy.
As Muslims, you buy the one club that brand themselves as the Shaitan. Shame.
Okay, you're a hater, bruv.
Shame.
You're a hater. But let's see.
They might change the name.
Do you know what the funniest thing is, yeah?
I had to deliver that call.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I kept silent.
No, but the funniest thing about it, the funniest thing about it all as well is that, like, why does no one talk about the fact that Ratcliffe is the owner of Nice? And
but I mentioned them into the ground.
No one's talking about the fact that he's actually a current owner for a stinky club.
Yeah.
And that the fans hate us.
They hate him, yeah.
But he should come and take over Manchester United because he's British. Back the British bid. The guy was trying to get Chelsea. The guy said he supports Chelsea and Man United. He said, my loyalties is split because I live in London. I couldn't get to Man United games, so I'm a season ticket holder at Chelsea. So actually, I'm kind of a dual supporter. Take that over there, bro. Take that over there, bro. Miss me with that. Miss me with that.
One glazer for another, man.
That was more than 1 minute, but that was thoroughly entertaining. Where should we go next? Top of the table, Arsenal sort of overcoming Villa, and then the City stuff. What I'll say with Arsenal is respect where respect is due, because it was looking like,
bruv.
It was looking rough.
12:30 kickoffs are always a killer.
Bro,
we always say
man.
Man are eating pasta 10:30 in the morning, sleep still in their eye. And especially the way the results have been going the last couple of weeks, you thought first half, man, these men are just crumbling and it's just poetic,
it's
isn't
happened
it?
again.
It's happened again.
That's a great point. I even forgot about that. Sorry. Qataris have their money in Heathrow Airport. They have their money in Harrods.
Yeah.
All these places. Oh, but now they want to take over Man United. Crime. Hold on. No. This is a problem. This is a problem. They keep saying, stop mixing politics in football. Well, stop talking about it then. Stop talking about it. You flying out from Heathrow, or are they going to go Gatwick? When they want them new trips, are they going Harrods, or are they going to go... Where you going? Wembley Market? Like, miss me, man. Miss me.
You want these Qataris?
Miss me. Yeah. Look
at him. I've never seen you like this, bro.
Man said shaka bars. Man told him to shaka bars.
I ain't never ever seen you act like this.
Man was talking bare wisdom.
Listen.
Man told him to
Don't kill me, man. He said, if you're going to take my brothers down, do it correctly.
Bro, listen, I'm moving like low-key. I'm moving like Carla. I'm moving like all them man there, bro.
Spoken word.
Bro. George the poet.
People are going to do this.
No, listen.
Don't piss me off.
Hey, last thing, anyway. Just don't let us get Qatar. It's not healthy for you guys.
Man.
It's not healthy.
Cool. What was I saying? Yeah. Sorry, bro. You were saying
Arsenal, I was just saying, bruv, where you're saying you got to give them credit. Obviously, the past couple of weeks, the way that first half was going as well. and then to come back, bruv, twice as well.
Yeah.
But then it's not just that as well, it's the quality of goals, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
When you look
yeah.
at Saka's goal, the volley, you're like, hey. You're talking about players
I've got
being
super
on the
chat here,
best
sorry, bro.
form in Europe and
Bro, I've got super chat here.
the
I'll just
Premier
mention it now.
League.
Ash, I say
That's another one.
Saka's on course for a 30 goal and assist Premier League season, age 21.
Hey.
What's he got now?
I would have to check the numbers.
8 goals, I swear, and
I think he's trying to
That's a bit
inflate
of a-
the numbers.
Yeah, he's trying to.
G&A, he's adding it.
No,
to
but
it,
even so,
that's what
like-
man say
No, there's
G&A.
bare inflation on that.
When
No.
I see G&A, I'm like, no.
No, but even so,
let's
there's-
differentiate.
There was bare inflation on that.
he's got to double
nah,
his numbers right now to get 30. Surely.
Crazy goals. I thought even the Zinchenko one, that was what his first goal, and then the new signing, of course, Jorginho, bro.
J5, Oracle, man.
Listen.
You know me, I've always been an Oracle
Listen,
supporter.
You low-key have been a couple.
I've always been an Oracle supporter. According to
I
this,
was
he's
just
got
caught off
9
guard
goals,
by that.
8 assists.
That's good.
I think the one
I don't know if the 8 assists legit. Transfer market's a bit funny. They put penalties, but
But I think the one thing we have been saying all season is this Arsenal team this season mentally looks different. They mentally look strong, and I think that was kind of like a prime sign of, all right, you lose to City, a big step in the title. How do you bounce back from that? And in a game where you go twice down as well?
do you know what I took from this game, yeah? I took from this game, yeah, that Arsenal are a good side.
Ain't over though.
Ain't over, but what I would say is Arsenal are a good side. Their players and the players they've brought in, like Zinchenko, you can just tell. You know when you bring someone in and it's like, ooh, you can tell that they've got a bit more gusto to them. And literally, Arteta is he is literally Pep's apprentice. I'm watching this guy on the touchline, yeah, and I'm thinking like, yeah, it's the same school of thought. He's just trying to find anything. You know when he did the whole. I was like, yeah, this guy trying. Or when Saka was down, and he's like, come. He's trying to find anything to rally his troops.
Yeah.
And you know what? I respect it because before people are like, oh, you never used to act like this. The guy's in a title race, man. I don't care how he's acting. He's trying to do anything to push and motivate his team. And I'm sorry, people may not agree, but when you see your manager like that on the touchline, he's not in his box. He's like, let's go, we're on it. It's infectious. All of these things are energy. It literally moves you. If my manager's moving Gully on the touchdown, why would Saka not be moving Gully on the pitch? And similar to what you said about, you talk about Rashford, about finding what works for him and progression and coaching. The same thing said for Saka. There's so many times when Saka's saying that, Arteta was telling me there's these small things I need to work on. If you want to be meticulous, in the Amazon documentary, you know in that bit when he's with him and he's like, oh, no, you have to move like this and do that. You've seen the progression. And you're talking about, owning it. I see man do the Henri celebration with the corner flag and stuff. It's like, yeah, man, them are realising that I'm him. I know you don't like hearing
I
it
don't know,
and
when did
whatnot.
this become Henri's celebration? You did it one time, your iconic picture.
When did it become
Listen,
Rashford celebration? You
No,
get me?
I'm talking about no. You took Gonzalo.
No,
I'm saying that doesn't even make sense. What doesn't make sense to what I just said. I said, when did that become Henri's celebration? Henri did it once, and it got an iconic picture.
Iconic.
And then people keep saying Henri's celebration. He doesn't even. It's not even. Doesn't do it.
But you're being meticulous.
You know what I mean?
You
If it was
get
like
the
the
point.
knee slide, then that's Henri. You know what I mean?
Slide
you're being-
with the-
you're-
Jesus did that last year, innit?
Nah,
Oh, this year.
Aubameyang did it as well.
Oh no,
Against
Jesus did it in a
Spurs.
pre-season friendly. I remember.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, but listen, yeah, go on.
No, for me, the main point is respect where it's due. They did what they needed to do, especially because their game was first. I have to respect that as well.
Yeah.
Because what City
So
then did
30.
afterwards.
But no, with Saka
Funny
though,
though,
when I'm looking at Arsenal,
Yeah.
like obviously they went through a little rough patch as well. But
Yeah.
like Saka is looking like the one that is like, I want to win this title, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I really want to win this title. And he seems to be the one that steps up time after time, whether it's assist, whether it's a goal, or whether it's just still performing while everyone is kind of not performing at the greatest. He's developing at a crazy rate, you know what I mean? But again, I keep saying it, it's the mentality, bro. It's the mentality to keep going. And he's the one that's delivering. Now we're seeing crazier finishes, you know what I mean? Like, I still think he can work on that whip. When he learns how to whip the ball like consistently, the amount of inside opportunities Saka has, he could start getting 20 goals a season. Do you know what I mean? But right now, he's scoring worldies, he's scoring volleys. He is the one that
Tucking
is
away his
really
pens.
trying to taking away his pens. He's the one that's really trying to get Arsenal over the line to win this Premier League. Because Nketiah, maybe, okay, his performances and might have dropped a little bit. The goals ain't there at the moment. Martinelli, we know that. But one person that's maintained it is Saka. And he's done it from match day 1. You know what I mean? And that's impressive, bro. So,
do you know what I would say, actually? Because I remember, was it the beginning of the season or whatever point it was, yeah? Because you know me, like, the whole Saka left back thing was that whatever, cool. But I've always been like, this guy, like, application, you can't fault him. They were talking about how he hasn't scored in 15 games. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Arsenal fans were doing it as well. He hasn't scored in forever. What's going on? This and that. What happened after that when he started finding his goals? No one talks about it anymore. But what I would say is, what's funny, yeah? You're saying he's the one that wants to win the title, yeah? Mm-hmm. Do you remember the clip of Angel Gomez in the church with the preacher?
Who?
Angel
Slapping
Gomez
his knees.
with the preacher. The preacher was slapping his knees.
Nah, you talking about?
You don't remember the clip?
Yeah.
I know Saka went to church here and the preacher said, God has told me you're going to win the Premier League. Bro, he's snapping his ankle. He's like, no injury will happen. No injury.
Bro.
Fam, he's moving unstoppable, man. No,
Funnily enough, though, I thought when them missing party in that first half an hour, that first half was fucking exposed. But I can't lie to you. But then I thought second half, Jorginho, credit to him, he recovered well.
But that's the thing you're going to get.
The first 2 goals actually came from his mispositioning as well.
Yeah. Like, if you check when I tweeted about Jorginho going to Arsenal, I said it's a good signing. I don't know why Arsenal fans are complaining. But then underneath, I said, but Arsenal are going to be easier to play against. And people were like, what the hell are you talking about? How can you just say he's going to be a good signing, but they're going to be easier to play against?
It's going to give them a bit of experience.
I said, literally, he's going to come in, he's going to help you control the game. But defensively, teams are going to get a little bit more out of it. So it's really, you got to take what you're given with him. And he showed yesterday, even that chance, that Saka had a right foot shot chance. Jorginho slid that ball through, Saka opened up, had the shot. And it was good for him to get that goal. But on the ball, he's going to give you good things. Off the ball, okay, transitions and stuff might be a bit more peak. But he's doing what he needs to do, bro. And listen, he's going to continue to do it in my opinion. I think he was good against City as well. You know, they lost and it was the first start. So it looked like, oh, Jorginho's in there. But if you look at his performance, he was actually good. And to carry it on today, let's see, man. Listen, bro, I keep saying, people are talking like Jorginho is like, is Weghorst, bro. Like, Jorginho's been there, done that, bro. He's been there, done that. Let's respect him, bro. Let's respect him a little bit.
J5, the Oracle.
Let's respect him a little bit, man.
My gem. You would love J5 at Spurs, bro.
I got Bentancur, mate.
Man said,
good.
No, you haven't got Bentancur.
Have you?
Exactly. What? Skip to my loop.
You got Pape Sarr, fam.
Hey. New star boy? Or shall I say, new star boy?
That ain't it, y'all. Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Cut his mic. That
ain't it.
Let me see. Super chats. Yo, big up you guys. This is from J. Ashley Martin. Yo, big up you guys. Enjoying the content as per. I got to say, give United a world-class strike and another DM, and it's scary times, but not for us. Yeah.
It's gonna be scary.
I read the 21 goal season. I think one's coming, but it's not come through here. Manchester City, to win like that and then draw.
It sums up City this season, doesn't it? It sums up City in a nutshell. And I said the only positive I think they can take away from that game, probably their best performance all season. Like, best performance with Haaland in there. City v Nottingham Forest.
Oh, okay.
Like, they actually pulled out, dominated, created 99 chances. They should have been 4 or 5-0 up at least.
What's Foden doing in front of goal at that moment?
He had the near post, he had the far post, he had the chip.
Tried to pass.
And last minute, no, do you know what it was?
Falling over.
He got flashback to do you remember first 2 weeks of the season where he kept trying to go for the shot? And Haaland's like, he got flashbacks and said, no, I'm not fumbling this. Fumbled it completely. But listen, I think it's just a summary of kind of
just where they are, isn't it?
And which is why
Bernardo
I think the title will be going back and forth.
Bernardo finally scored. Do you know the last time he scored? Bro. August last year.
I said he needed that goal. He needed that.
And it was a great goal as well. And then Chris Wood. But I mean...
Wood. But that's the thing. And Man City fans, and look, again, if you go on our reaction after the show, after City beat Arsenal, and a man will come in like they want their apologies. Like, yeah, see, Man City, like, apologise for any slander that you've had this season. And Lies was backing all of that, trying to say, this is what I was saying. I'm like, bro, relax. Let's not act like because now Man City beat Arsenal, all of a sudden, everything that happened this season is wiped out.
It's a
And this
title
is a
race.
perfect example of, yes, they should have won the game, but this is the players. We're talking about the players on the pitch. They should have won the game 100%. But this is an example of old Man City would not do this. When City were hunting down Liverpool, you think they're dropping points to Nottingham Forest. You think they're dropping points. Bro, they're hitting them for 7 if they really want to. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So these are just one of them moments. Like, any Liverpool fan that's in the chat, they know what it feels like for City to hunt them down. They're probably sitting there like, I cannot believe these guys are dropping points in moments. They would have never done that against us. Never. So, for me, it's still not the same Man City. However, them still not being at the same level can still win them a Premier League title, maybe. But no one can try and gaslight me into thinking that this is the City that we know. It's not.
I think the performance-wise, I do think that was a step forward, in my opinion. I think Pep will definitely be more happy with the performance than he will with the result. But listen, you can't complain about dropping points. Sometimes I think Nottingham Forest at home as well, they're not the easiest team in the world. But when you have that many chances, I think Haaland missed 2 or 3 sitters as well. So. Listen, I'm just counting down when he's going to break that damn record, man. Just get it over with, brother. Just put us out of our misery, man. Come on.
Ain't nobody care about that record, man. No. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to lie.
No. Have you not seen? Lately, we're on a protect Salah's legacy act.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now, if man break that record, it's calm, man. It's just a robot thing. It don't matter. No, we will respect it.
I preferred Salah's. Salah's 31 goals, if you put them in comparison, 32 goals, and put them in comparison to Haaland's 25 so far, or whenever he breaks it.
26.
Yes, 26. Salah's is moving me a bit more.
Minutes to goals, though, who's done better?
Minutes to goals, high. Salah's was more entertaining. You know what I mean? I prefer Salah's.
Salah's on had X Factor, is it?
Huh? Yeah, a bit more. Actually, 17, 18, Salah. I've always liked that. Always liked that one.
I'm like this.
Is there?
I'm watching
yeah,
you
bro, literally, we'll talk. You're under surveillance, bro.
What do you mean?
You might end up in court.
Bro, Salah, bro.
Hey, caught soon as well.
Real talk.
Hey,
Is there any other business that we need to cover? PSG?
Sean Dyche is doing the job that I said that he'll do.
Of course.
Yeah, he lost against whoever.
Liverpool, Newcastle?
No, yeah, we didn't.
Very good shout.
Brother, come on.
True.
Very good shout.
Yeah, we were just talking about Salah.
Very
Come
good
on,
shout.
host.
Salah.
Very good shout.
Host.
Listen, we've had a turbulent day. We've had a turbulent day. Liverpool are, I think, 6 points off top 4 with a game in hand. We have been calling for Jurgen Klopp to rise, players to rise, and for me, you mentioned Sean Dyche. We'll get to Sean Dyche, but that Merseyside derby, where you haven't we've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. Managers finding something to rile the team up. They won the derby. What did they go and do next? They beat Newcastle.
Needed.
And what did they do in that as well? Gakpo, score a goal. Nunes, score a goal.
Van Dijk, clean sheet.
Clean sheet. You see what I'm saying? In football, you need small moments that when you go back in the change room, okay, this is it, boys. Those 2 games, they will look back at the end of the season and be like, this is the moment where it changed.
I think that's arguably their most important result in the Premier League this season, in my opinion.
What, the Newcastle one?
You beat a top 4 rival, back-to-back win, get some momentum.
I think that, for me, the Everton one.
I don't even think I think the Everton one was almost like it was going to happen.
No, because remember, you have to remember that it was off the
top 4 rival. That's my thing.
Yeah, of course.
They're actually like almost like, oh, they're the top 4 bar setters this year. It's like, oh no, if we can beat them now, while they're on their down spur, if you like, as well, add salt to the injury, get confidence back in our players, back-to-back wins. Listen, that was just the way.
No, I don't disagree, but like you said, Newcastle's form's been indifferent. There's a cup final coming up.
Newcastle,
but you need
to be shined over there a little bit.
Draw.
Because when they're climbing up, we were doing up praise.
But when they're falling down.
Before a cup final, and we know what it's like sometimes when these teams lose a cup final or win a cup final. It's almost like the season's done after that. Do you know what I mean? So if this is the form going into it, I'd be worried if I'm a Newcastle fan.
What I would say about Newcastle is that, yeah, at some point the fans had sort of dreams of a title. But if you think about what they came in with this season and where they are and where it will balance out, they will probably take it.
Didn't I say this to you, though? I said that I don't think Newcastle will win getting top 4. And I said, Bro, every year we have one of these teams. West Ham last year, they only tailed off in the last 6 games.
Yeah.
West Ham, we've seen Leicester do it numerous times.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we saw Everton do it. We saw Aston Villa do it. We always have these teams. Impressive job. The manager's going to get praise to the high heavens, rightfully so. But these teams always, in the end, show their inexperience at this level, and their real quality ends up shining through. Always.
But on the Liverpool aspects, the only reason I said the Everton one was because Sean Dyche coming in and being Arsenal. A lot of people were talking like, yeah, Everton are gonna go and leave a number because they were up for it, ready for it. But Liverpool went in great form going into that. So to beat your rival, it just gives you this sort of like...
with the new manager, I kind of get
it just gives you this pickup. So now they're in a position where they're creeping back up. They're taking advantage...
They're 6 points behind with a game
in hand. Yeah. They're taking advantage of people in and around that. Because you've got to think about, I think it's Brentford and Fulham and those teams above.
man.
So what do you guys think? Are Liverpool back?
I wouldn't say Liverpool are back, but Liverpool are making the best out of a bad situation.
I mean, they're getting their players back.
Yeah, they're getting their players back.
Firmino's back, Jota's back, Van Dijk's back, Diaz is training.
You're getting Nunes and Gakpo scoring goals. Gakpo's 2 for 2 now, I think it is.
I don't know if they make...
Do you know why you can't say Liverpool are back? Because Liverpool being back is them being what they were.
Yeah.
They are far away from that.
Obviously, no.
What I'd say is they are no longer feeling sorry for themselves. I think that's what I'd say. I think they've realised that there's actually still something in this. Newcastle are free falling.
They're over
the teams are
shock
buffers
of what they've become.
Yeah. It's not kind of like, oh my God, it's kind of like, you know what, let's just deal with
look how far we've fallen.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, one player I think I want to give a massive shout out to as well, Bajcetic.
Yep.
He's been one of the biggest
one of the
needle
catalysts.
movers.
Salah said he's their best player. Salah said he's their best player.
biggest catalyst. Because even yesterday, I think it was for the second goal.
The half turn.
It was a goal kick.
The half turn.
And he just did this half turn that just shifted the whole game from this way to that way. And I said, that's the kind of player you need in your midfield. And the worst thing is, centre back by initially coming through the academy.
Yeah.
Centre back. He only got pushed into the midfield when he come into the first team.
That's insane.
So I'm like, this is absurd. The level he's playing at.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Crazy, man.
He's balling crazy.
Pedri, Gavi.
Hey. Serbia! It's calling your name, son, yeah? You don't get a name like Bajcetic.
Wait, is he Spanish as well, yeah?
Yeah, Spanish is
Serbian as well.
Yeah.
Can we say Pedri, Gavi and him?
Yeah.
They'll get eat up in the transition. Don't let Jude Bellingham come and lick you, man, bro. Yeah, don't let Deckers don't let Deckers and Bellingham
Man said, a hunter we will go.
Don't let the athleticism come and hunt you down. But now, honestly, Liverpool are doing their thing. But it's early to say, are they back? It's only 2 wins so far. But their performances have been better. They're even looking better. They're looking, for some reason, it's like they just got the energy back a little bit. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Even though, if you look at the passage of play for the goal, for the second goal especially, like the first goal, most Salah facilitation. Man said, "There you go, that's a dime for you." I said, okay. I said, okay, no worries. I said, sorry.
I hate this guy. You see it? Me and Salah, we've linked back up.
I swear to you, as soon as I saw the little flicker assist, I
hate this guy.
This motherfucker's gonna say it's because he bought stocks.
Bro, listen, me and Salah, we've linked back up. You get me? People know I used to be a big Salah fan. You know what I'm saying?
Last time you and Salah linked up, it was a golden boot.
I sat back and I said to myself, do you know what?
Why do I hate this guy?
Nah, you know what? Comparisons are killing football admiration. Because, Salah was annoying me because everyone, the Neymar, the Hazard, but I was like, now it's making me not appreciate what he actually offers the game. You get what I'm saying? Because you're comparing. It's time to just accept people for who they are and appreciate that. You get me? So when people, I'm not going to get involved in these debates anymore. That's why I'm removing myself from that. The Neymars and all this type of stuff. Yeah, you don't do. And then people talk about Bales and Robins. It's a different era. It's a different generation. I'm no longer doing all these old time and all this type of stuff. I'm only doing it by generations. Is Salah one of the best players and best wingers of his generation? Yes, he is. You know what I'm trying to say? So, and most wingers nowadays play the same way he does, in a way, just trying to score goals. And he does it better than anyone. So, I'm going to give him his respect. And now look, as soon as I say, Salah, we're cool, he's dropping dimes.
Okay.
He's dropping dimes. Me and him are cool now.
So as I was saying, great assist. Second goal, great passage. Like I said, the half turn, the ball goes wide, comes back in. Like, credit where it's due. They're not feeling sorry for themselves. Now, can they go on a run? Because they've proven that they can go on a run before. And then obviously the small matter of Madrid as well. That would be very interesting because Madrid
Tuesday,
are not,
isn't it?
Yeah, Madrid are not the Madrid that they were last year. You get me?
Yeah.
So,
Fede still there.
and finally, the moment we've been waiting for: Rudiger, Nunes.
Oh, my
Oh, nice bit of vibes, innit?
Oh, my.
We've been
Chances of a red card.
high.
No, but Nunes is playing on the left.
Yeah, but Rudiger's been playing right back sometimes.
If Rudiger's real men, he'll go chase him.
Wherever side he's on.
ISO job. Leave him. Clear the floor. You know what it's off? Slap the floor.
Kobe. Nah.
But yeah,
no,
no,
but Liverpool
but-
are doing their thing though.
Yeah,
but that
no,
is a big game. That's the big game
yeah.
because if they go and lose at Anfield against Real Madrid, that could be another
Yeah.
demoralising
But
thing.
As
But
we say,
I think they're gonna win that game.
As we say,
First
respect
leg.
where respect is due. Like we've been saying, listen, you need to show something, you need to do something. Jurgen Klopp, you need to coach and whatever. And what I would say is, even though it was forced upon him, we've seen it in situations where managers bring in youth to drown. He brought in a young player that's actually added value to his team. He's not got Thiago. This young player is doing that sort of control of the game and the dog work as well. Because a lot of people are not talking about that. That kid does dog work in there, you know.
Who does?
By chatting.
He does dog work in there.
Yeah.
He's running ragged in there. But yeah, I mean, I think that's everything we need to cover. Champ,
Hold on.
what?
Thiago gets injured. Liverpool improve. Is it uncomfortable?
I think you need to run some
idea
analytics.
ball is back, yeah?
You need to run some analytics to make sure they all.
Yeah,
adds
the
up.
meshes. I'll be looking
Yeah,
into that.
add
Let me
some
talk to my
analytics.
data analysts. We'll see.
Let's quickly do champs and duds. Champs and duds.
Champs and
Should we do duds first?
Oh,
But
champs.
people
Chelsea.
said in, go check with
Yeah,
people said
I
in
was
them.
gonna say,
terms of duds.
Once you check that, have you got it
Duds,
up here?
of course, Potter and Chelsea.
Yeah, Potter and Chelsea have to be duddery.
Champs with James Ward-Prowse. Jorginho, I'd like to give
The
him
Southampton
as well.
manager. Because his story is similar to Potter as well. Like a couple of years ago, he was
I
like.
don't
coaching
care
with
about them managerial stories there, bro. I'm sorry.
I've got a champ.
I'm here to tell you right now.
I'll give one to Chuba Akpom.
Doing his thing.
19 goals,
Good
19
for him
goals
to
in the
find a home,
championship.
man.
100%, 19 goals in championship. I'll also as well.
Carrick.
Thank you. Exactly. I'll also give one to Carrick as well because where he picks that team up from and where they're going. Listen, man, a lot has been said about Fergie's disciples. Carrick, can you be the one to break the curse? Can you be the one?
Can you do something?
I
can
saw
you be the
Lampard do
one?
this in the championship. You ain't fooling me. You ain't tricking me. You like
wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
Like, you ain't tricking
Nah,
me.
Lampard wasn't. Lampard's one wasn't the same.
Lampard had you man drooling at Derby, bro. I remember.
My boy.
The real ones remember.
Hey,
Gassing out Tomori and Mount.
hey, Mount's my guy, man. Tomori.
back-
Hey,
back
they had a
this
Tifo
season.
out this week as well.
Yeah.
Hey, that was
yeah.
nuts.
Now, my dad, bro, 100% Nick Pope. Come on. Nick Pope. Like, listen. Listen, you are a traditional standard goalkeeper. You catch the ball, you make saves, you boot it long. You ain't one of these sweeper keepers, bro. I don't know. You got a little bit excited. Man's there heading the ball off the ground, smacking his face, and then grabbing the ball, and then gets up and wipes out his Trippier. I'm like, yo,
Bro, that was-
yo, what are you on right now, bro? And then you miss the cup final, leave your club in the cup final to have Karius in goal. Just. Yo, the complete howlers of howlers, bro.
Do you know who's the champ within that situation though? Dubravka.
Right.
He's getting a medal regardless.
Oh, yeah.
United win, he gets a medal. Newcastle win, he gets a medal.
Oh,
I'm a winner,
Hey,
enjoy, baby.
do you remember the Martial? I win. I win again.
Bro, Dubravka
Hey.
had one game for us against...
Two, apparently.
well, one against Burnley that I saw. I know
Oh
Ten
my
Hag
God.
said, yo, this
How
guy
can I
needs to get out
forget?
here.
Dud. Emi Martinez.
Oh.
Let me read out some of
happened?
the comment sections as well, because bare people have responded.
Yeah,
Big
Emi
up
Martinez
yourselves
is a
as well.
dud.
We'll try and do that weekly as well, so you lot can get your champs and duds
Yeah.
in as well. Ishmael, big him up as well. He's always
Big
in
up
the
Ishmael.
chat. And he said Atsu champ, definitely.
Yeah, big shout.
Lauren
Atsu.
James.
Lauren James.
She's
For
been doing bits, innit?
those who don't know, she was like world's most expensive signing when she went to Chelsea from United. People are, oh my gosh, why they spending that so much money? Why is she not
now
playing?
she's
And now
balling
she
out.
look at one of the best players in the world.
Is she the baller,
They're
though?
saying,
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, they're saying duds. Mayowa Quadri. Our season starts today.
Oh,
Tweets.
yeah. Hi.
I've disbanded that
Look
movement.
at that. You see me, yeah?
I've disbanded that
My
movement.
movements last a long time.
I've never had to cancel the movement.
That's my movement in 4 weeks.
I've disbanded the movement.
Hey.
We have to rebrand. I'm going to speak to my creative team.
Big up Dammy Adigan as well. He says Champ, Saka, Ward-Prowse and Grealish. Dud.
Yo, wait. We just brushed over Man City. We didn't even mention JG. JG 10. Rewind. Hey.
What am I saying? Reverse.
What do you want to hear, man?
Reverse.
Back to Man City real quick. Can you talk to me about Grealish? Can you talk to me about Grealish's performances lately?
So we
No,
spoke
just lately. Just talk to me about his performances lately.
We spoke midweek.
Yeah, no, so we got stoppage time here, mate. New audience.
Our new audience.
Yeah. Quickly.
Well done for the past 6 weeks.
What did I tell you? Reprogramming. What was the key word I said?
Reprogramming.
You said he can't download it. Listen, don't change on what you said midweek.
I'm not. Listen, what have I suggested?
Yeah,
well done
repeat.
for the past 6 weeks.
Can you lift your mic? They can't hear
I
you.
said, well done for the past 6 weeks. I said, but guess what?
guy
That
is
doesn't undo 18 months.
Nah, mate.
Premier League record. Listen, Cams.
Not anymore. That's Nzonzi.
No.
Not anymore.
You know what? Actually, I remember when Nzonzi, when I even said it, oh my God. Listen, when Enzo took that title, I said, I'm dropping my Grealish agenda because I don't have that stick to beat him with. Since then, he's been falling out.
Pause.
Now, what?
Yo, you love that line, bro. Pause, man. Damn.
Hey, Grealish.
Bruh, gosh, I'm gonna have to skip the segment, man.
Get over here.
Look at this guy starts saying some sus shit to dodge the Grealish chat, man. Oh, man, I didn't know you were going that far. Damn.
Hey, that little headband. Get over here, boy.
Alright, cool. I've
Yo,
got the champs and that.
Listen, my headband agenda is dropped officially, I will say.
Thank you. Listen, hands on that.
Will you wear headbands now?
Now look, widescreen, please. You see that? Thank you.
Listen, the Grealish beef is over. I did win the war, but I'll
didn't.
let you win this battle.
I won the Premier League. He won the Premier League.
What did we
Oh,
say?
I've got
rider.
that.
I still need to see him as a bus rider. Not
You mean bus driver? He's
driver.
driving. He's bus driver
This
at the moment.
season he's doing some driving.
Yeah,
Let me see some more.
That's 7 goals and assists in his last 10.
Hey, I can't lie to you. I've been very impressed. It's not just a. That is done now. We've elevated a little bit.
Do PSG get duds?
No, they won.
No,
won
no.
Messi free
But
kick.
did you see?
Keeper should
Did
say
you see
that.
Louis Campos
No, I
come
didn't see.
down
Hey, let me
behind
read out a couple
Gautier and
more of
was
these as well.
barking at the players, bro?
Well, you gotta get, so what? Is that all our duds?
No. There's still a
there's a
couple.
few more.
Bills says Kobe Mino makes his Premier League debut. Champ.
Came
Champ.
Carrington.
Schofield G says Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Top 4 slowly creeping.
That's
Lee
champ, but
says Champs, Nunes and Gakpo, Duds, Pope. And Potter era says Potter out.
Yo, if Potter goes, he's done. He's gonna have to make a new account.
Oh, wait, one sec. Cinnamon here says Champs, Jorginho, as Cam said, people talk like he is an amputee, and Atsu, of course. Duds,
Amputee's
those fake
insane.
social media journalists who lied about Atsu being alive.
Oh
people
my
will do anything
God.
for clout these
Yeah.
days.
100%.
Facts.
That is the dud of the season.
do you know? Do you know what was really
Behaviour.
sad as well? Yeah, it's like, you know, when you got like online accounts doing stuff, it's like from when you got like BBC and that like doing it, it's like
It's crazy. Not even verifying shit. Just crazy.
That's
Absolutely
crazy, man. That
Honestly,
situation
man.
is
It's
mad.
so
But guys,
sad.
people keep there's so many charities and stuff out there
Yeah.
for the Turkey, for Syria
Keep
as well.
donating.
Keep donating and stuff, man. Because
Make sure-
that shit's crazy.
make
out
sure you
there,
check
bro.
on the DR stream that these guys are doing on
I'm gonna give a
Wednesday.
dud to Liaz as well. He's currently stuck at an airport in
they
Barcelona somewhere.
Actually, wait.
Flight missed.
PSA, public
They thought he was
service.
Ferran Torres. They said, brother,
Bro,
stay
yeah,
here.
they said, oh,
We got traded tomorrow.
We're in it.
Give me that
You were
wall.
trading.
Give me that wall.
PSA on Liaz as well. Liaz is production, but he's not the production you think he is.
Yeah. He's-
So
He's in holding
Listen,
bare corner.
man said-
Yeah,
man
yeah.
said,
Stop it, man.
not too much on Liaz.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
too
yeah.
much on Liaz. Let's calm on.
That's our boy, man.
Real
I'm
talk,
seeing some of the
real talk.
comments. I'm seeing some of the aggro. You man are treating
Come on, he's family.
You man are treating, you're treating Liz, you're trying to get Liz out the club.
Yeah, I'm trying to say.
Not too much on Liz.
Cancel his visa. I'm like, yo.
Fam, not too much on Liz. Liz is production, but there's other production. Hard to that production as well. They do a good job. You get me? You get me? Because
We're all good.
we're all good, man. And no one wins when the family feuds. You get me? Not too much on Liz. But listen, like we say, like, share,
We
subscribe.
done our champs.
No, we mentioned some champs.
No, you didn't.
We did. I said Chipper. We
I did.
No,
Champs.
yeah, that's because you read a few.
No, I did my
So,
champs
bro,
and does.
yeah.
He did the champs and does. And then you just started reading
Who
your
do you want your
Oh,
champ to be?
shit.
Ten Hag?
Nah. Yeah, I'm going to give champ to. I'm going to give it to Sancellini. You know what I mean? Sancellini, Hussolini. You know what I'm saying? Those who know. Sancellini, Hussolini. I think I'm going to give it to him because obviously the way he's coming back, I'm just happy for him, man. Just happy to see him on the pitch again, scoring goals. So yeah, man, gonna give it to him.
They're saying now we're attacking Leas. We don't care.
Nah, man.
Comment section's too wild.
Not too much on Lears,
Not
man.
too wild.
But listen, that's another episode. What I would say is I'll give champs as well to everyone that locked into FTBL every single day last week. It was a big week for FTBL. Something went out every single day, right?
Hey.
And people locked
Pretty
in.
much.
Stephen A.
man.
Smith
I
out
was
here,
going to say,
bro.
contact Cam as well. You did is it the graveyard shift? They had you
Mate.
working, so hold tight you as well because it's not easy. I'm going to give a champ to Fuad as well because I can't lie. Fuad's growth as a pundit, as a pillar within the scene has been. Listen, if you're Stoppage Time original, yeah, and you watched Fuad back in the day. To see Fuad hosting a DRTV,
You said they wouldn't have let me in previous years.
listen, man. I don't
Hey,
think
man.
you might not have even made it to
Listen,
spill with us
I'm
for previous
matured,
years.
you know what I'm
So
saying? I walk around
honestly,
with muzzle on these days.
hold tight you two as well, and hold tight all of you guys for looking like we
Yeah,
said.
man, we've had over 2,000 inside. the whole
Champions League
episode.
is back next week. Hold tight you two for soft relaunch of Dos Locos. I saw that. It moved me. I can't lie. It moved me.
You know
But
what, as well, man, notifications and the subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 20K subscribers.
Yeah.
So guys, hit that up. We've had over 2,000 inside the whole episode. So big up you
Big
guys,
up
you
you
know what I mean?
guys.
So that was good. But yes, the subscriptions are important. Please subscribe. And those notifications, because listen, the algorithm is absolutely crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? I was seeing things from 3 years ago on my thing. I was like, what the hell is going on with YouTube? So, guys, make sure you're there, man.
Did Elon's bid for United? Did he get through? into the
Elon
group?
hype. We ain't
Did he go through-
considering that.
Did he go through?
Huh?
Did he go through to the next stage?
No, we didn't hear that, man. Rain Group said Elon. No.
That's like hype, bro.
I mean, we know what we want.
Oh man, I was looking forward to that. I was saying if he doesn't focus on.
money.
Yeah, you can do that. I didn't know. Remember, I said one thing about Somalis. I had the whole community say, "Yo, why you letting him say that?"
Good. Talk shit about my people will come for your neck. I'll give you the address as well if you want. Just hit me up.
Like, share, subscribe, notifications on. We will be back next week. There'll be stuff coming up midweek for sure. But yeah, make sure you lock in. We're out. Peace, love, prosperity.